Okay, hello. So lovely to see you all here. And thank you for sending me some questions regarding your concerns around gut health. So, gut health is sort of the hot topic nowadays. And as the science and research shows us that literally 95% of health problems, no matter what they are, they originate from gut. So gut plays such a huge role when it comes to immune system, mental health issues, to weight, sleep, chronic pain. And therefore, I thought this live would help demystify lots of questions and doubts around gut health. So gut health is basically, it starts right from the beginning, right from the conception. The child is encoded with the microbiome of mother through natural birthing process. And that coding also supports with the development of the immune system. So immune system and gut health is hand in hand. It's just it's inseparable. So when we talk about gut health, we talk about various different factors that could be affecting. So nowadays in our modern society, a lot of infectious diseases have disappeared, but there has been onset of a lot of autoimmune conditions. And these autoimmune conditions are with overuse of antibiotics. Now, when we're talking about antibiotics, it could be something that a person is taking antibiotics because they're sick. Secondly, antibiotics come in so hugely with everything in our environment, specifically all the animal products that are being constantly fed with antibiotics. Then we have got sanitization and chemicals and antimicrobial stuff in all our cleaning products and so on. So all this put together tips our immune system into killing the pathogens. So when we talk about gut health, we are talking about these billions of microbiome that thrive on our gut lining. So our body is like a nice cozy host, and these microbiome are like tiny species that live off us, and they provide various different functions. Now there is a sort of a beautiful connection that's going on between the human cells and these microbiome. So when we talk about microbiome, we are talking about billions of bacteria, viruses, and fungi that thrive on our intestines and affect and dictate our gut health. So a lot of immune disorders are basically related to gut. So whatever happens in gut doesn't stay in gut. Our gut is a direct highway to our immune system and our nervous system. Now, our gut microbiome and our human cells, when they are functioning in harmony, in homeostasis, it sort of creates this symbiosis of healthy functioning. And when this is disrupted, then it leads to disease and imbalance. So gut health is crucial because when gut is impaired, then the immune system gets into this overwhelm and so thank you for joining, and please share your questions as well as I'll be responding to a few different questions that I have received beforehand. When we are talking about gut health and how that affects our immune system, firstly. So one of the key functions of the gut health and gut microbiome is to constantly train our immune cells to tolerance. Our immune cells and our immune system is extremely sophisticated system. It has got two functions. One is attack, to keep us free from infections, and second one is tolerance. So we are living harmoniously with our environment, free of allergies and tolerances. And with this immune system that has to constantly discern what to attack and what to tolerate, and even these billions of microbiome that thrive on our gut lining. So one of the key functions of the gut microbiome is to train these immune system into tolerance, into producing more anti-inflammatory hormones and antihistamines. So once the gut microbiome have been disrupted with antibiotics, which could be coming through any sources, direct course of antibiotics or medications or chemicals in our diet, this could impair the gut health, which means it could deplete this beautiful combination of gut and immune cells, triggering the immune cells into inflammatory mode. So some of the questions that I have got on immune health is how it affects immune health and how is gut related to skin conditions, inflammatory conditions. Now, once your gut microbiome is out of balance, your immune system has shifted into heightened inflammatory mode, because one of the key functions of the gut microbiome is to produce these sugars, which keep the immune system into anti-inflammatory mode. So when you're talking about autoimmune conditions, allergies, intolerances, food sensitivities, allergies and intolerances is body's overreaction to the environment. Autoimmune condition is, again, when the immune system is overreacting and attacking its own cells. And all this, it's the gut microbiome, which is sort of playing a huge role with training the immune system as to what to discern, what to attack, and what to tolerate in the body. So when we're talking about immune health, we need to address gut health. Second important factor is gut health and mental health. So stress, anxiety, depression, hypersensitivity to pain, chronic pain, fatigue, insomnia. Again, all this is hugely dictated by your gut profile. So these different species of microbiome that thrive on our gut lining, they dictate our personality. So each one of us would have a totally unique whole ecosystem of these biodiverse microbiome that makes a person's personality, whether this person is resilient to stress or hypersensitive to stress, whether he has got high threshold for stress or he has got very low threshold for pain and stress. So in chronic pain, again, how much pain somebody experiences is dictated by these gut microbiome. So our nervous system is connected to gut, and therefore gut brain is called our second brain. We have got billions of neuroendocrine cells, and all the stress and anxiety would affect gut. So our gut produces 90% of our neurotransmitters that control our mental health. The key one is serotonin. Serotonin is basically our happy hormone. So when serotonin is out of balance, people will feel sad, depleted. They just don't have that motivation and zest for life. Another neurotransmitter is GABA, which is anxiety inhibiting hormone. So once that is depleted, the person would feel extremely anxious or even that low grade of ongoing anxiety. Now, if we could repair and heal the gut microbiome, it instantly and has a profound and immediate effect on mental health, because these gut microbiome synthesize and activate these neurotransmitters, which sort of help us with mental health. So gut is the key behind mental health behind immune system, and naturally weight. Again, there are certain species of microbiome that their population would decide whether the food that you're consuming converts into energy, and this energy would be stored as a muscle or a fat. So gut plays a huge role in mental health, emotional health, sleep, pain, and even with immune disorders. So let's look at what affects our gut health. Now, everything that we eat is life and death for these microbiomes. So for us, it could be taste, whereas for them, if you have got a lot of yeast and candida, they thrive on sugar. So you will get a lot of sugar cravings. So when you eat sugar, you are feeding those populations. Again, let's say you go for a detox and you are strictly having green juices and fibers, and you sort of completely switch off from sugar and carbohydrates. Then these microbiome, when they don't get food, they die. So the good news is that we can switch the gut profile through our diet literally within a week. So changing your lifestyle, diet, and all your cravings are basically connected to your gut microbiome. For them, it's survival. So our nutrition, our diet, our lifestyle would have a huge impact. Another important factor is sleep. Now, when we don't sleep, when our circadian rhythms are disrupted and you're sleeping much later at nighttime, or you're eating late night meals, that would sort of create havoc on the digestive system. It will keep the nervous system into fight, flight, survival mode, which means high stress hormones. And the stress hormones impacts the digestive system. So when we talk about gut health, gut and immune system and mental health is intertwined. So if you're stressed, you simply can't digest food. You're not able to absorb the nutrients. And other way around, when the gut is not functioning well, it would affect the mental health. So they both affect each other. So what can we do? And how can we address our gut health, which in turn can support all these different functions? As per Chinese medicine and various different modalities, it's literally 95% of all our health issues are rooted in gut. So taking care of gut health becomes crucial. Lifestyle changes, eating healthy, avoiding packaged processed food, having loads of fiber. So when you're having lots of fibers, greens, and vegetables, well, they don't do much for your system, but it is food, and you're feeding these billions of population of microbiome. So it could be yeast candida overgrowth that is contributing to various skin conditions and all. So I'll be answering a few of the questions that I received regarding gut health. So one of the questions was feeling bloated, tired, foggy-headed after meals. That is simply the gut microbiome is not able to break down the food, which means in form of it, there is some underlying allergies and intolerances and food sensitivities. What does this mean is whatever food you're consuming, let's say it's wheat, gluten, dairy, your liver and pancreas are sort of, they're supposed to, when they're functioning well, they're supposed to produce a perfect cocktail of enzymes for each and every protein or carbohydrates or lipid or fat that you're consuming. Now, once that function is off, which means undigested food is getting into the intestines, then further the microbiome are disrupted, which leads to inflammation, and that causes all that bloating, tiredness, foggy-headedness, which means the undigested food getting into the bloodstream. So what can we do? One thing, diet, lifestyle, eating healthy. Self-help, another technique that helps hugely with optimizing and literally rebooting your gut flora is intermittent fasting. Then thirdly, taking fermented food, probiotics would help. And besides doing all this self-help, sometimes you need deeper help. And that's where holistic health treatments come in. So I'll be talking about mind-body medicine, which is called BodyTalk system. And this is all about listening to your body's unique story behind your symptoms. It's not about symptom care. It's not about addressing the diagnosis or reducing the symptoms or giving that symptom care, but it is all about why those symptoms are there at the first place. And that is about listening to your unique blueprint of your health condition behind your symptoms. So with BodyTalk treatments, we are looking at what is causing this inflammation or immune disorder, what has thrown the gut microbiome out of balance. Now, there could be various different factors: emotional, psychological stresses, traumas. Now, stress is a big component. We store stress into our connective tissue. Our stress and hormones are quite intertwined. Our gut microbiome gets affected. So emotions, psychology, belief systems, that is one root cause of lots of imbalances. Then it could be emotional, psychological factors, toxins, allergies, intolerances, environmental factors. And with these mind-body medicine and this holistic approach, we're able to listen to what is causing, what is your unique signature of those stresses that has thrown this whole ecosystem out of balance. And once we address it, once we are able to clear it using all these concepts of balancing the meridians, working with psychology, clearing the emotional trauma, we are basically giving gut the right environment so it can heal and repair. So remember, these microbiome, they're very short-lived, which means their lifespan is much smaller. They are reproduced by billions, literally every day. So once you shift the consciousness, once you shift the traumas, the body has the ability to repair and recover very quickly because the body is constantly repairing and rebuilding them. So bloating, foggy headedness, skin conditions, hugely related to gut health. I would say BodyTalk treatments, learn self-help, which is simple techniques that you can look after your health in form of BodyTalk Access. So there are some techniques on my website that you can learn to manage your stress. Another question that I got was, we spoke about mental health, how that is connected and affecting gut health, and how these treatments could affect long-term irritable bowel syndrome or gut issues. Now, with BodyTalk treatments, I have worked with clients. I work mostly with gut health, mental health issues, and immune disorders. And in all these different range of sort of symptoms and conditions, repairing and healing the gut is one of the core factor. So irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, inflammation, to autoimmune conditions, it's all about listening to the body's unique story and looking at what it has to share with us. Because symptoms are, it's like, your intuition talking to you. It's like your body's way of communicating with you that there's something going wrong. So it's not about suppressing those symptoms. It's not about, it's like a fire alarm that's going on. So if you switch off the fire alarm, that is not going to do any good. We need to look at what is going in the background that is setting that fire alarm off. So similarly, with this mind-body medicine, what we are looking at is what is behind those symptoms? What are those stresses? Now, consciousness is the key. So on one hand, more superficial layer, we talk about emotions. Emotions, when suppressed in the body, the way we handle stress, that leads to most of the health conditions. So everything originates from the psychosomatic factors. If we dig in a layer deeper, where does all this come from? Somebody could be in a very stressful environment, and these could be two people who are in that environment, and one is coping with stress very well, whereas others could be marginally affected by it. So same stress environment, different people get affected differently. One person is severely getting panic attacks and lots of digestive issues, whereas other person is neutral and third person is thriving on it. So the deeper layer is environment is same, but it's our belief systems. It is the consciousness. It is all that is trapped in our subconscious mind from our past experiences that amplifies and reflects through our experience of life. Now, if we could decode all that, if we could clear those filters of stresses and traumas, we are able to neutralize the psychology and the story and be able to deal with our environment better. So that's what BodyTalk treatments are. So I'm getting a question which is about BodyTalk in Dubai. Well, with BodyTalk treatments, we work at distance. So personally in Dubai, I don't know if there are any practitioners or there are any classes that are happening. But I do offer BodyTalk treatments online to all different time zones. And the BodyTalk workshops, which is simple self-help program, which is called BodyTalk Access. It's a 5 hours training where you learn simple tools and techniques to look after your health. That is taught online, as well as BodyTalk Fundamentals, which is a 2 weekends intensive webinar where you learn how to do the treatments and become professional. That is also taught online. So if you're interested, no matter where you are, Dubai and different places, I would say you can book in distance treatments as well as join online webinars to learn a BodyTalk system. And probably look in your environment if you're looking for a physical practitioner in your locality. So BodyTalk system is about peeling those layers of miscommunications, stresses that could be trapped in the body mind, leading to those gut health issues. And we are looking at helping the body to heal from inside out by addressing and clearing and peeling off those layers. And it's all consciousness-based medicine, which means clearing the emotional traumas, clearing the belief systems, which could be amplifying that stress. So Shanu's question, am I visiting to Dubai anytime soon? No, not this year. But again, I would say there is no difference between physical treatments or online treatments. I do offer 20 minutes online complimentary consultation to anyone who's new to BodyTalk. So surely try that out. And yeah, if you're looking for a physical treatment, then probably you need to find somebody near you. So if you have any more questions on gut health, what you can do on your hand is take care of your diet, nutrition, lots of fiber, intermittent fasting, fermented food, as well as taking good quality of probiotics. Stress management is one of the key factors behind all the health issues. So as long as you're managing your stress well, which means your cortisol levels are under control, your digestive system will function well. Then stepping ahead and getting some professional help if you have got chronic gut issues, or if you have got, you're struggling with anxiety, depression, insomnia, chronic pain. Now, there is certain stage where you can do self-help, but sometimes you are in that chronic stage that you need professional help, and that's where BodyTalk treatments would come in. And for this month of March, it was Women's Women's Day special discount, 25% discount on a consultation. So you've got a couple more days if you'd like to access that. As well as you can book in a 20 minutes complimentary session. So key thing is looking after your gut health, which in turn would affect your mental health, emotional health, and immune disorders. My key message would be taking ownership and responsibility of your health. I mean, relying on medication or external support system versus looking at what you can do to help yourself. And when you need support, demystify that story, that causative factors, those patterns. Now, many times when these stresses are embedded in the body mind, they trigger epigenetic markers. So most of our diseases are epigenetic. So literally few percentage are genetic, which means that could be coming through. They could be coming through ancestors or through your parents. Most of the health issues are epigenetic, which means they are environmental influences and stressors that sort of impact the layer on top of DNA and sort of contribute to that heightened inflammation or gut issues and so on. So the good news is that our environment, our stressors could switch on these epigenetic markers into inflammation, into autoimmune condition, into onset of sort of imbalance in our neurotransmitters leading to anxiety and depression and so on. Again, they could be reversed. And that's where these treatments would come in and self-help programs would come in. So let's say you're going for an intensive detox, you went for a meditation retreat, you have changed your lifestyle, you're able to manage your stress better. You will be clearing all those epigenetic markers. So health is not rigid. It is as fluid as water. And by changing the psychology, the mindset, we will be able to address the consciousness based, which is the base of most of the diseases. So the physical body is the densest form, and you will see changes and shifts here very slow, which means you could be taking medication and going through surgeries and so on. You're treating the physical body. But we have got 5 different layers of body. We have got energy body, which is all your meridians, chakras, your energy blueprint. Then we have got mental body, which is our belief systems, perceptions. Then we have got super mental body, which is your intuitive self. Now, once you're working on these higher layers of the body, you're able to address all those root causes and help the body to heal from inside out. And that's what is BodyTalk system. It's the consciousness-based medicine, which means it just doesn't work on the physical body, but it works on all the higher layers of the body. So our body, our innate wisdom, which is our inborn ability to heal, is just beautiful. So our immune system, our natural ability to heal is intact. And it's the most sophisticated, sort of harmonious rhythm in the body mind. And with these holistic healthcare treatments, all we are looking at is what is blocking this harmony, this rhythm, this synchronity, this balance. What is blocking those communication networks? What is blocking the body's natural ability to heal? And once we address those stresses and clear those belief systems and stresses and perceptions, our body's natural ability, which is its natural function, it would start again. And health and healing is not external job. We don't bring a disease in, we don't bring health or healing in. It's all internal job. So it's all about demystifying and bringing that perfect rhythm, synchronity, communication networks within the body mind so it can be in that state of flow. So I hope you found this helpful. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you want to try the BodyTalk complimentary session. There is a 25% discount for Women's Day till end of this month. And check out my website for more information. So take care of your gut, take care of your mental health, and manage your stress well. And that would help you with good health. And when we are talking about health, we are just not talking about absence of disease or symptoms. We are talking about health as how resilient you are to stress, to changes, to environmental factor, how much fluidity, balance, and synchronity is there in your life, whether it's physical health, mental health, in your relationships, the way you deal with all different aspects of your life. So I hope you found this helpful, and feel free to reach out if you have any more questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.